Hey guys, today's Thursday, August the 10th of 2023, and I want to go over the dollar, energy, and metals. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, crude is chucking along, is hovering around $84. That's a 37.5% Fibo. There's some other levels up there. The next one will be the 33.3. These are Gann ratios. So that's 89.17. That'll be the next target if it continues to push higher. The key is that 50% level held, and we were in a squeeze play, and now the direction is to the upside, as you can see it on the daily chart. Also on RBOB, I don't really have fib levels here or Gann ratios, but I'm watching just the pivots that we are planting here as we trade during the day or the weeks. This is a weekly chart. The next target would be up here, which will be 299 if we could get up there. But so far, we got a squeeze plate trigger to go long here. Let's see if we could just get out of this area and start pushing higher. As you guys see on the daily, we got a PPS buy signal. It failed here, came down, found support, and now it looks like it wants to push higher, but it's kind of stalling there, so you got to keep an eye on that. Natural gas, boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Nice little explosion to the upside. Boom, boom, boom. And you can see on the daily PPS buy signal, we're pushing higher. We're going to look at it more in detail. Look at heating oil. I went ahead and put a trend line here, pivoting from these points, and look, we just kissed it right here. So it's interesting to see if we're going to continue pushing higher or we're going to stall here. So keep that on your radar. See that 323 level. Let's go to the metals real quick. As you can see, we're kind of pausing here with gold. It's finding some kind of support. We're going to have to look at the dollar and see what's going on. It may want to retest this level, which is 1954, and maybe hold it and maybe bounce back up. We'll see. Silver, same thing. You can see the close. Now look, it wants to go higher, or at least retrace, test some levels up here. But so far, it's a little weaker than gold. I've been saying that for the longest. You can see this big retrace, and we're stalling here. At least we got some. We have a range on gold. Silver, we don't. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Copper, same thing. Back in the mobile band, so which is a noise barrier or a chop fest, unless we could break up above, 388. And this trend line, it's the direction's unknown. It's undecided back and forth between bulls and bears. And palladium got this nice little pop here. As long as we could break above 1258 and get out of at least 1285, things can maybe look good to test this high of 1324. Let's look at platinum real quick before we go look at the dollar. And the dollar, as you can see, platinum kissed this level and is holding. So I don't know, maybe it would be a failed new low. Maybe this could be an entry point to find a bounce. But then you got to watch the dollar, which we're going to look right now. Let's open up here. See, the dollar went up high, found support at the 75, which is that 102.86. Kind of went up, didn't really go that high, and now it's pulling back. So this is the level you want to watch. If the dollar cracks the 75, which is 102.08, and then it goes back and fails it, and it's going to push even harder. So keep an eye on that if you're trading the metals, because if that happens, fails, and it goes continued going lower, then the metals are going to start moving higher. But if it found support here, and then it wants to really get another impulse and push and at least kiss 103.35, that's going to bring more pressure. So you got to keep an eye on that, on the dollar. Let's go real quick into natural gas, because it's the most important thing here on the chart, besides, I guess, copper when it does its big move. It is that we're in the bear camp. As if you've seen my video yesterday, why we know we're in the bear camp? Because the market profile is telling us we're in the bear camp. This area right here. What is that area? 290 all the way to 318 is the bear camp. And this is the high, 302. We barely kissed it, and now we're kind of just here. let's see what today's hold. We spent a lot of energy. This was massive energy to get this impulse up here. And can it pull back? It could. Could find support somewhere around here. Could find support here at this pivot high, which is 288. We'll look at more support levels, but it's one of those things now. Okay, so what do we do? Are we going to grind and push higher? It's very possible. Today is Thursday. We got one more day, so let's see how that goes. Let's look at levels using the Kumo cloud 318. I have my eyes on, and there's nothing here. We got the 200 SMA all the way on the weekly 376. This is bigger targets I'm looking at, and then on the daily, we just hit a 13 Tom Digmark indicator candle. What does that mean? That it could be a possibility of a potential turning point here, but sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see, there was a Tom Digmark knife candle here, and it continued pushing higher, so that could play out also. But we're very overextended. Look, using the linear regression channel, so I wouldn't recommend people buying here. I'll wait for a dip, to either one of these linear regression channels for some key support or the value area high, 278, and then let it do another leg higher. As you can see, the 200 SMA is up here, 340. That's a very potential target. If it wants to test and kiss the 200 SMA, because it's above all the SMAs except the 200. And everything is looking good over here. MACD is looking good. I think I forgot something. I wanted to measured moves. So measured moves, these are measured moves from the past over here into the future, anchoring from this point right here. So possible targets. It doesn't have to do with, you can look at it as time-based or price level based. 352, there's a 311, and there's a 303, and then 319. And if you want to go time-based, that's 828. Right around 816, there's two lining up right there, and this one is 811, which would be tomorrow. And I don't know if we're going to explode all the way up there, but you never know. You never know. We're dealing with the Black Widow. All right, let's go back over here. Levels real quick. So levels for today, 289, obviously the $3 high, and then 308, 314. Those are your key levels to the upside, or targets at least, if you're scalping or whatever, or you just want to see what's important here. And then there's this trend line, those red trend lines. Let me put this back over here so you can know what I'm talking about. Trend lines. Those red lines, these are these trend lines. Those will be support. If we go to push down, you can see the 289. This trend line is 282, 277, all the way down to like 271, and then 265. I don't know if it's going to, crash like that, but I think we're going to continue kind of grinding higher, sideways to higher, maybe it's expiration, Friday expiration, 1821. Just keep an eye on that. And on the weekly, you see that we're over. There's nothing here to look at except going to the monthly, which is at 306 all the way to 324. Let's look at our square of 9. We're hovering around 296, which is somewhere around here. So we're kind of below 298. For whatever reason, 290. And I think I said 352. I think I was too excited yesterday in my video. It would be 281. So 273, 281, 289, 298, 307. And then 316, and I also mentioned the 314. So somewhere around here we'll oscillate. But if the gods are good and they want to keep us, giving us gifts, the trading gods in heaven, then maybe 316 to 325. That could be the nice little range. I don't know about maybe this, Friday, today and Friday, but maybe for next week. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, the energy, and the metal sector.